Well, you have to appreciate that we have to take control of our health care. The government is failing us egregiously right now with the Affordable Health Care Act. Doctors are bailing out. Insurance companies are increasing premiums for health care insurance, in some cases 50, 100, 200%. And then the medical system itself has failed us terribly. And probably the thing that worries me the most is that experts say that our kids are not going to live as long as us. And they're not saying that you're going to die at 75 and your kids are going to die at age 72, 10, 12 years after you die. It means you're going to be standing at a gravesite burying your children. I can't think of a more horrible event than to have to bury your kids and grandkids who would die from, quote, natural causes, unquote. They're totally preventable. And I urge you, I cannot say this with enough urgency, that we have to take control here. And what that means is this. We have to learn how to take care of ourselves in emergency situations. Obviously, there's some really terrible emergencies where you're smashed by a concrete truck. You need to go to an emergency room. But by emergencies, I mean bloody noses, sprains, strains, belly pain, loose teeth, that sort of stuff. And what I want you to do, even when your fillings fall out, you need to go to the dentist. You can go to any grocery store or pharmacy and get an emergency repair kit that'll, for $5, it'll last 10 years. Right, emergency filling that you can do yourself. The entire kit costs like $5 and it'll last 10 years. And so why not do these things? Well, insurance is going away or it's going to be more expensive, and so you have to think in these terms. Another thing we have to think of is prior to conception. People who are going to have children and they only may be 3 years old, you better start giving them the 90 essential nutrients so when they're old enough to have their own families, they will be perfectly nourished and therefore the babies will be perfect. There's not a single birth defect that is passed on genetically. It's all nutritional deficiency of the embryo. This is crazy stuff, but it's absolutely true. Cystic fibrosis. I'm the guy that discovered that. Muscular dystrophy. I'm the guy that discovered that. I know the cause and prevention and cure of cystic fibrosis. I know the cause, prevention, and cure of muscular dystrophy. As crazy as that sounds, the Emory University and the Yerkes Primate Center fired me for discovering the cause, prevention, and cure of cystic fibrosis. Muscular dystrophy. The Muscular Dystrophy Foundation fired Jerry Lewis for passing on the information we gave Jerry Lewis about finding the cause, prevention, and cure of muscular dystrophy. These agencies do not want to find the cure because then it interrupts their income stream. Suddenly now, they are extinct. Suddenly now, they don't have a job anymore, so why would they want to find the cure? They just want to look. They want you to pay them to look. And so it's been found, muscular dystrophy has been found, cystic fibrosis has been found, and also deafness, congenital deafness, where baby's born deaf. This is caused by deficiency of a single mineral early in pregnancy. Spina bifida, of course, and neural tube defects is a folic acid deficiency. I'm the guy that sued the FDA so that there's folic acid in prenatal vitamins now. I'm the guy that did that, okay? Doctors didn't want to do that. Well, just eat enough lettuce and it'll be fine. Well, yeah, right. Okay, and then here comes heart defects. Well, that's a surgical case after the baby's born, but guess what? You can prevent all heart defects, simply by making sure the mother-to-be has all known essential nutrients, say for at least 2 or 3 years prior to conception. And then, let's see here. As we said, cerebral palsy is a hypoplasia, which means a underdevelopment of the cerebellum. That's because something's missing during the formation of the cerebellum. Simple things, cleft palate, cleft lip, belly button hernias. These are all preventable. All right? Autism, ADD, ADHD. This is all preventable and reversible. Same way with gay behavior, hermaphrodites, people who are transvestites, who are males, complete males, and they can father children, but in their minds they're females. And women who can have babies and be pregnant, but in their minds they're males. All right? And so we have these problems. They're all totally preventable. This is not a choice. These, what's considered by some to be aberrant behaviors are really, and even physical development, there's literally hundreds of different manifestations of sexual mix-ups and malformations where babies will have both male and female parts and so forth. And, let's say they have the male parts and they look like a male, but yet in their mind they're females and vice versa. They can have all the male parts and they're females, and they have all the female parts and their minds are males. This is something that's caused by nutritional deficiency in the first 3 weeks of pregnancy. Down syndrome, all these trisomies, 18 Becker's trisomy, and so forth. These are all caused by nutritional deficiencies. I've actually reversed a Down syndrome baby in the earliest of stages of pregnancy, in the 2.5 months of pregnancy, in Lauren Knievel. Eva Knievel's niece-in-law. Okay, just by supplementing, even at that point, we were able to reverse Down syndrome diagnosed by 2 different labs in this pregnant woman. And so we have to be on top of this. We have to be obsessive. We can save America, but we're going to have to do it. The government has failed us when it comes to health care. OBGYNs are the worst because all birth defects are the result of failure to pay attention by these OBGYNs. I think we should put all OBGYNs in jail and start all over again and start out with ones who are freshmen in medical school and start training them right, and then there'll be never will be another American baby born with birth defects. You have the power now. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. You have the power. Take it away from the OBGYNs because they have failed us. We'll be back with more truth, justice, and the Youngevity way after these messages. Okay, we have Billy sitting in today. Billy, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us?
Well, Doc, I came across some information that will prompt a question in just a moment, but let me give you the information. Apparently, there are toxic banned ingredients that appear every day in our food. And one of the big examples is this brominated vegetable oil that's found in Mountain Dew and Fresca and various other soft drinks. It's been banned in over 100 countries. There's another product called, what's it called? It's called Olestra. It's commonly used as a low-fat, no-snack food additive, but it causes all kinds of serious gastronomical problems with some people. And here's my question to you. Let's say we find out either by accident or by reading an article like this that I read today that we have been consuming foods that have these banned substances that are banned in other countries, but somehow they stay in our food. Can we get rid of the effects of the bad effects of this by taking supplements, or are we doomed? Have we already done the rust damage, so to speak? You know, the
oxidation.
The oxidation.
Sure. Well, in most cases, you can actually reverse the damage. I don't know, it's 99%. It's very high. You can reverse the damage, but you have to be obsessive about it. If you look and you're consuming these things for long periods of time and you read an article and say, oh, my gosh, that's been in my diet for the last 20 years. Well, you have to jump right on it, and you have to get rid of all the bad stuff. And I like to just go through the main categories, one of which, of course, is all fried foods. There's a lot of times where you find this Olestra kind of stuff is fried foods. No fried foods, nothing fried. I don't care if it's organic vegetables that are stir-fried and organic olive oil, coconut oil, it doesn't matter. No fried foods. None. Zero. Zippo. Nada. Then absolutely no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites. Nitrates and nitrites are substances, they're actually poisons that will cause low thyroid. They interfere with thyroid function. They stimulate the production of cancers, including colon cancer, rectal cancer, ovarian cancer, prostate cancer. Not good stuff. And then there's oils, things like margarines, mayonnaise, salad dressings, cooking oils, fish that are packed in oil instead of water, mustard, and tomato sauce. These oils oxidize and turn into trans fatty acids, which are some of the most egregious cancer-causing chemicals. And then there's meat cooked well done. Eat meat cooked well done because doctors say, oh, you got to worry about E. coli and salmonella, and everybody's cooking their meat well done, turning the fat brown or even burning it. That turns into what's called heterocyclic amines, and this is the most terrible cancer-causing substance on Earth, far more dangerous than anything Monsanto and Dow Chemical Company can produce. So don't eat your food, especially meats, cooked well done or burnt. And then there's acrylamides. These are superheated carbohydrates like burnt toast, the burnt sort of heavy browned bagel skin, if you will, the crust of the bagel. And then there's French fries. You're getting a double whammy there. You're getting the boiled or heated oils during the frying process, plus you're getting superheated carbohydrate in the potato. You're getting acrylamides. They also produce cancers of all kinds, and so including stomach cancer. And so you have to really, really watch it. Like this morning for breakfast, I had 6 poached eggs, soft, and I had a 10-ounce sirloin steak with it, medium rare, and it was just a very, very wonderful steak. It was just tender. Obviously, it had been aged for at least 2 to 3 weeks. It was very tender. I could cut the whole steak with a fork. It was truly cooked medium rare. No burn spots. The fat was just yellow. It wasn't brown. It was just really wonderful. And guess what? If you do those things and consciously stay away from the bad stuff, you take your 90 essential nutrients and get your ORAC, or ORAC points above 100,000 each day with 6 of our triple treat chocolate or 5 Cell Shield RTQ tablets or capsules twice a day. Guess what? You're going to reduce your risk of breast cancer, colon cancer, and prostate cancer by 462%, according to the University of South Carolina. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages. And, Billy, let's go to callers.
All right, Doc, let's head first to Colorado. And Pete, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Pete, you're on the air.
Yes, sir. I've been on your Big Pack Plus for about 56 or 57 days now, and the swelling don't seem to do anything, just stay the way it's always been.
Okay, well, let's back up here a little bit. Why did you start taking the Big Pack Plus to begin with?
Well, I have osteoarthritis, I guess you would call it. And
okay. Okay, is this primarily in your knees, your back, or your hips, or what?
In the ankle.
Okay. All right. How much do you weigh, sir?
About 175, 6'2".
Okay. And let's see. A guy your size, I would be taking 2 of the healthy bone and joint packs per month. 2 healthy bone and joint packs per month. That would allow you to have 1 ounce of the Osteo FX Plus at breakfast and dinner, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast and dinner, and 15 glucogel capsules a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. I would also get an extra quart of the Osteo FX Plus so you can take a 1/3 ounce of the Osteo at bedtime with a glass of water. And use the CM cream that will come with those 2 healthy bone and joint packs. You get a bottle each of the CM. It's actually a wide mouth jar of the CM cream with each of the healthy bone and joint packs. And you can spread that lavishly all over that ankle, and that should reduce the swelling and within 10 minutes give you significant or even total pain relief for about 3 to 5 hours.
Well, may I tell you what I'm taking now?
Well, obviously it's not doing the job. And so I would whatever you're doing, I would switch to what I just told you. 2 healthy bone and joint packs per month. Get an extra quart of Osteo so you can take a total of 3 ounces of Osteo a day. You'll be able to take 15 glucogel a day, 5 at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you're doing all that, then tell me. If you're not doing all that, let's just do that. Let's just switch what you're doing. You have to. That's the ideal thing. Now, there is another problem that could go on. What if, Shar? What if you're taking the optimal thing? What if he was taking exactly what I said and he's still not seeing any possibility of difference? What would be the problem?
His body is not absorbing it. He's got a gluten intolerance, so he's not able to absorb the nutrients.
Perfect. So what I would do, Pete, also by changing, make sure you're taking exactly what I said. Then get on a gluten-free diet. No wheat, barley, rye, and oats. No wheat, barley, rye, and oats, because as Shar said, malabsorption is everything. You're not what you eat. You are what you absorb. And there's only 2 possibilities that this healthy bone and joint pack would not support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between a vertebrae, bone, makeshift bone itself. There's only 2 possibilities. One, as Shar said, malabsorption, and the other one is underdosing. So try what we're saying here. Get on a gluten-free diet. Get a hold of that CD, Serial Killers, and find all the hidden places. It's easy to give up bread and cereal and oatmeal and toast and that kind of stuff. But it's the hidden places. Chocolate milk, soup, gravy, meatballs. Yeah, that's right, meatballs. It has gluten in them. We'll be back after these messages. Okay, Billy, let's go to callers.
All right, Doc, let's head to sunny Georgia. And Lisa, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Lisa, you're on the air.
Good afternoon. Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi.
Was calling. I have a male that's 41 years of age. He weighs about 160 pounds. And just within the last couple of months, he has been dealing with just like a breakout of hives. And he's dealing with the swelling of the tongue to the point where his doctor now has him, he has to carry the EpiPen. But he had a real bad case about 2 months ago and had to be rushed to emergency. He had hives, and in the areas that he's breaking out, those areas, like within minutes, the skin get very, very hot. And the doctors have been running tests on him, and so far they determined that he is like allergic to shellfish, grass, cat, dog hair, and his thyroid is a little bit elevated. But they really don't know what is flaring that up when he's staying away from all these things, like in the last couple of months. And
Okay, so he's still staying away from him. Is he taking our products yet?
No, he has not started as of yet, but I will definitely make sure that he knows what to get on.
Okay, well, basically, if he's, have they determined he's allergic to shellfish?
They did say shellfish, yes.
Okay. Well, he should not take the Osteo FX Plus because it does have shellfish in it. He should not take the Glucogel because it has shellfish in it. And so I would start him out with something very, very light, something that has almost nothing in it, okay? I would just get him, for instance, like the plain cherry mints, okay? Start him off with the plain cherry mints, which has the 77 plant-derived minerals and a black cherry extract and 8 drops of apple juice per ounce. If he is allergic to apples, I'd go with the plain, unflavored liquid minerals, period. Or he could have the capsules called mineral caps, which each capsule is equal to 1 ounce of the liquid minerals. That's even a better thing. If he's allergic to so many things, I would just go with the capsules, the mineral caps, and that way there's nothing else in there but the 77 plant-derived minerals that have been freeze-dried, and 1 ounce equals 1 capsule equals 1 ounce of the liquid minerals. I would also give him the Woman's Omega, which is made from evening primrose oil. Very few people are allergic to evening primrose oil. They might be allergic to fish oils and flaxseed oil, but not evening primrose oil because so few people have any contact with it. So that's where I would go for his omega-3 essential fatty acids would be the Woman's Omega, which is evening primrose oil, and I'd have him take I start out with one of those. In fact, it wouldn't hurt for him to put a drop on his skin, puncture one of those soft gel capsules, put a drop on his skin, make sure he doesn't get any reaction, either local or systemic. If he doesn't, he can go ahead and start out taking 1 a day. And after a week, if nothing happens, then he can go to 2 a day and so on until he gets up to 3 twice a day of those Woman's Omegas. Then for the raw materials to support and promote maintenance, repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, that kind of stuff, he could have the Fucoid Z, which comes from a red marine algae off the coast of Tasmania, and he could have a couple of those twice a day, but it wouldn't hurt to start out with 1 a day, just make sure everything's okay. And also he needs the extra selenium. He could have the selenium, start out with 1 a day, and after no problems for a couple of days, then he can go to 2 and 3, obviously 3 twice a day is the goal. And so you have to go slowly with somebody like this. But get him off of gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Oftentimes it's as simple as that, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. We'll be back after these messages. Okay, Billy, let's go to callers.
All right, Doc, let's head to Wichita, Kansas, and Julie. Julie, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Julie, you're on the air.
Dr. Wallach, thank you for talking with me.
You bet. What's up?
I'm calling for my husband, who just turned 53, and he's 6'2", weighs 220 pounds. We took him to the doctor because we want to find something for his acid reflux, heartburn, and a low thyroid, and he had a small cyst under his arm. They gave prescriptions, and I wanted to find something natural, and we were getting ready on Father's Day weekend to try some things that I had, and he had a full blockage of his colon. We took him to the hospital, and he had emergency surgery because it was complete blockage. Since then, I've learned about your exactly what I've always been looking for, the things that you have to offer, and I know for sure that I want to get him on that 90-day. I'm wondering what else with this colon cancer, what else could we do? Because we listened to our doctors and started him on chemotherapy, took 3 doses of that and quit after listening to the things that I've learned from you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so the first thing I would do is get a set of those slides that these doctors diagnosed as colon cancer, and I would take them, that set, to the medical school there. Is it the University of Kansas, the medical school, where that's at?
But we're finding out the schools that they have now.
Yeah, well, what I want you to do is to take that set of slides to the pathologist who teaches pathology at the school there and have them look at it and tell you. Because a lot of times, when they diagnose somebody with colon cancer, it's really irritable bowel syndrome, okay? and this means it's a gluten intolerance. And so we want to make sure what we're dealing with here, but we'll kind of cover both tracks to begin with. Number one, your husband needs to get on a gluten-free diet, which means you have to be on a gluten-free diet, and the dog and cat and canary in the house and anybody else living in the house, your mother-in-law, his mom, your mom, any kids still there, everybody's got to be gluten-free. No gluten in the house. No fried foods. No processed meats with nitrates and nitrites. No oils. No margarines, mayonnaise, salad dressings, cooking oils. And then for a supplement program, Shar, how would you start out? The guy's got low thyroid. He's got presumptive diagnosis of colon cancer, and he's got reflux. Hello, Shar.
Pill. Hello?
Oh, we missed you there. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to start again, dear. We missed you.
Okay, sorry. He needs to take enzymes, ultimate enzymes for the reflux, and quit taking the purple pill because that's making it worse.
Okay.
And if he's, oh boy, I think I would probably put him on the healthy bone and joint pack.
Okay.
He needs two of them.
Yeah, if he weighs 220, I'd have him take 2 of the healthy bone and joint packs per month. 1 full dose for I think twice a day. What about the thyroid?
He needs Ocean's Gold for the thyroid. That'll help that.
Yeah, I would have him take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month, and there's a little additive there. There's a little add-on because they found that there's extra anti-cancer fighting substances in a little animal from the sea called sea cucumber. And there's sea cucumber in Ocean's Gold.
Gold, right.
Now, what about the cancer? What would you do to get the auric points up?
He needs selenium for the cancer, and he needs to get his auric points up over 100,000, which means he needs to take triple treat chocolate and or Cell Shield RTQ.
Excellent. Now, how many of the selenium would you give him at 220?
9 a day.
Very, very good. Very good. Exactly right. Three times a day. There's 3 bottles a month.
Yep.
And between the dietary changes and the supplement program and those enzymes Char was talking about would be the ultimate enzyme because they have stomach acid in them. And I want him to take 1 or 2, say 2 to 5 minutes before each meal with a couple ounces of water. And that's going to be a pretty good program here. And what you can do is call us every couple of weeks, if you would, please, Julie, and give us a progress or lack of progress report, and we'll kind of walk you guys through this, okay?
I want you to know we were blessed that a lady happened to stop here to visit with the people that we just bought this house from, and she just joined, and both of us are looking for information. And
okay, good. Well,
very that she found.
We're glad to have you as part of the Youngevity family. Okay, Billy, let's go to callers.
All right, Doc, let's move on to, where are we going? We're going to Michigan and Dave. Dave,
you're on the air.
Dave's on line 2, so we'll punch Dave up. Dave, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hey, Doc, how you doing?
Okay, sir, what's up?
Okay, well, we've been drop-dead gluten-free since February 15th. I've lost, we're off all the bad stuff. I've lost 103 pounds. My wife has lost 95 pounds.
Hey, congratulations. Let's everybody in the country give Dave and his wife an applause. That's almost 200 pounds between you. Fabulous.
That's right. And we owe it all to you, Doc. Thank you very much. But we still got a few issues here.
Okay.
My wife has autoimmune disease. They say it's called lichen sclerosis, and she has some peeling skin in her rear fold, and she has a left foot that is dropping. No pain, but it's difficult to lift. And she's been battling yeast for several years. She was on Prilosec for over 15 years. So
yeah, I'd get her off of that.
Yeah, she's off that. She's off all her medication. You saved our lives, and we're all on Youngevity. We're following your protocols, but she's still having some issues, and the skin on her hands, her knuckles and fingers, she's got some bleeding and cracking.
Mm-hmm. Now, well, this is you see, this might be called by some dermatologists. It might be called psoriasis. It might be called dermatitis, eczema, and so forth. And so what I would do is get her on a gluten-free diet. Absolutely no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. She said you're drop dead.
Yep.
If she still has some lesions like that, you might have a dog in the house or somebody else in the house who's eating gluten and bringing it in on their clothes and washing their clothes in the same washer and dryer. All that's got to be considered cross-contamination is everything, okay?
Okay.
And, even, for instance, you might get some nuts that are shelled and in the bag, and they say naturally gluten-free, and then you go ahead and you eat those nuts, and then you just roll the bag over and you look at the allergy stuff on the back side and it says, these nuts are processed on machinery that also processes wheat products. And so although the nuts are naturally gluten-free, just the dust in there from machinery can be enough to cause a problem. So you need to kind of really seek out all that stuff, because her knuckles shouldn't be red and cracked if she's totally gluten-free. So she may be getting it somewhere unbeknownst to her, okay? Mm-hmm. So you really need to be a detective here and look hard. But make sure she's getting, what does she weigh?
She weighs
now?
110.
Okay, so she's down almost from 200 pounds. Very good.
Yes.
Yep. Well, I would get her on, for that drop foot, I would give her at least 10 glucogel a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at dinner. And if you're not already doing that, and get her gluten-free so she's absorbing more efficiently. And then for the yeast, is this in her mouth or systemic or vaginally or what?
Vaginal. I guess she's had a couple of tests, from the OBs, and they say it's, I guess it's in her whole body. But she's been taking something for that called mystatin or nystatin.
Yeah, but that doesn't get absorbed from the intestines. That only works on the intestines, no place else. But why don't you hang on? We'll come back after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity and 90 for Life Crusade. And Billy, let's go right back to Michigan and Dave. Okay, well, basically, what I would do for your wife here is make sure that she's getting the nutrients, stay away from gluten, and give us a call. We just need to hear from you, and we can kind of walk you guys through this. Okay, Billy, let's go to another caller. See if we can squeeze one more in.
All right, Doc, let's head to Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and Sandra, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Sandra, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. I have a question. I have a friend who had a MRI of his lumbar spine, and he has a sagittal degenerative. He has DDD in his sagittal T1 and 2, and then a posterior annual tear of L4 and 5, and then L5 through S1, a central herniated.
Yeah, how much does he weigh?
Probably about, he's probably, 6'1", probably 150 or 80, something like that. So he's not overweight or anything. He's kind of on the thin side.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say between 150 and 180. Shar, what would you do for a guy that size who has all these degenerative disc problems?
Oh, he needs to get on the healthy bone and joint pack for sure.
How many of those would you give him?
How much? He weighs 200 pounds. He needs 2 a month.
180, yeah.
Yeah,
he needs 2.
2 a month.
And then make sure he's getting 15 glucogel a day, and I'd get him on the gluten-free diet.
Just in case.
Yeah, just for good measure, maximizes absorption, and make sure that he's faithful about taking this stuff and staying away from gluten. And this is drop dead. It's predictable. This will support and promote maintenance repair of all these discs. The nice thing about this approach is it will repair all of them. It'll support and promote maintenance repair of all the discs, no matter what stage they are. And remarkable things happen. Yeah, I don't care if they're herniated, they're bulging, they're degenerated, they're, instead of being 5 millimeters thick, it's almost bone-to-bone arthritis in the back, and the discs are not even measurable on a CAT scan or an ultrasound. It all comes back when you give the raw materials, okay? Do not let him have surgery. That's a big no. Okay?
Yeah, he don't want to have surgery, but he's in a lot of pain, so.
Okay, well, it'll come, each of those packs will come with a wide-mouth jar of the CM cream, and he can apply that to his back. And,
okay, so
right down the middle.
Okay, so healthy bone pack twice a day?
2 healthy bone and joint packs per month. That's 1 ounce of the OsteoFX Plus at breakfast and dinner, 2 scoops of BTT at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast and dinner, and 15 glucogel a day, 5 at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All that's accomplished by the 2 healthy bone and joint packs. And, of course, will be 2 wide-mouth jars, 1 each, with a healthy bone and joint pack of the CM cream, which he can apply to his back. And whether it's from the base of his skull, down his neck, down his upper back, right all the way down to his tailbone, apply it lavishly. And this will reduce swelling. It'll certainly reduce pain within 10 minutes of application. You usually get significant or total pain relief for 3 to 5 hours. If symptom relief is going to take 60 to 90 days to get maximum benefit for maintenance repair, okay?
So just all I need to do is buy the Healthy Bone Pack, and it has all that stuff in it?
2 Healthy Bone and Joint Packs. Everything's in there. It's like Prego spaghetti sauce. It's in there. Okay? All right. Okay, Billy, we've got just about 2 minutes left. Shar, why don't you take it? Why don't you give us some thoughts for today?
Well, I think that all the news, it's so funny because I've met you almost 24 years ago, and all the things that you've said have come to pass to be true. I mean, a lot of the stuff that you said, people proved it later, like spina bifida is caused by a lack of folic acid and zinc, and Dr. Godfrey Oakley for the Center for Disease Control figured out about the folic acid. They still haven't figured out about the zinc. And so the truth never changes. So, we need all these
facts
nutrients.
are a pesky thing.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter if you watch a DVD that you made 20 years ago, it still works because the truth is the truth.
Well, thank you. That's very kind. That's very well said. That's why you're the sidekick.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shar. Thank you so much, Billy and Billy. And the reason why I said Billy and Billy, Billy was not only the producer today, but he was also the phone screener. He was doing a double job today. So thank you, Billy and Billy. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops, and God bless our Navy SEALs, and God bless America.